Lovely Aquarians, welcome to your February 2020 reading. Happy birthday to all you lovely Aquarians that have celebrated their birthday in the last part of January, and those that are going to celebrate their birthday this month. I wish you many, many joys and blessings. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing and commenting on my channel. I really appreciate it. Excuse my voice. The smoke from the fires here in Sydney is just impacting on everyone. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate that. This is a general reading for you, my lovely Aquarians. It's a reading for Aquarius, Sun, Rising and Moon sign. Also listen to your rising sign and moon sign. Some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. I'm also offering my yearly reading till the end of January. If you're interested in one of those, then make sure you get in and order that because it's a limited offer. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book your private reading from there, which is going to be more specific to you. So let's get started with your birthday month, with your month, and see what is in store for you. I want to say that what I'm picking up when I created your spread, what I was picking up very much from my guides, is it really has been a time of balance for you. It's been a time of weighing things out. I feel like you've been putting things on the proverbial scale of what it is you're wanting to move forward. There seems to be a sense of some sort of dissatisfaction coming from the past, things that you've been mulling over, things that you've been thinking about, to make life more meaningful for you, to bring you that excitement that you're seeking. It's almost, I want to say for some of you, this sense of boredom, of, you know, same old, I'm on this treadmill. What can I do to create change in my life? What new things can I bring in? So there's been this weighing out and balancing of things in your life, events in your life, situations in your life, people in your life. You know, it's different for all of you, but I just feel like there's this toing and froing with you, my lovely Aquarians. So I feel like that's what really is coming into February for you, and it's that sense of, you know, something needs to change in you. You're going to really be driven to that. And what is around you is the Temperance card. The Temperance card is always about harmony. It's always about balance. And so it's about finding that balance, which is what I'm feeling like's coming from the past. You know, this need for balance. I feel like you're finding that in the beginning of February. You're finding that balance. Or it's something that you're seeking to bring into your life, bring into your existence. To, you know, if you've not had that balance, it's this sense of needing that balance, needing to find your peace, your harmony, so that you can move forward, so that you do have a sense of clarity. And I feel like that's coming for you in the beginning of February. This getting of this clarity that's there for you, which is really going to be good for you because it's going to lift the fog, I want to say, where there's been this confusion and uncertainty. This balance comes in for you in the beginning of February, where you start to work things out. It's not something that happens to you. It's something that you've been working towards because you've been driven to do that. You've just had this sense of, I need to bring in some sort of change that's going to suit me, that's going to be good for me. Then you've got the Six of Swords, which is crossing that. And the Six of Swords is there is a passage out of that confusion. There is a passage out of that difficulty. But it's somewhere that you're being guided to. Follow your intuition. Follow what you feel like you need to do. Follow the sense of what changes you need to bring about in your life, because you're being offered that inspirational thought. You're being offered that guidance. So it's not something that you're doing out of the blue. It's not something that you're doing on your own. There is an inner guidance here. Your guides are there, your people are there to guide you into that change. And for some of you, it's people in your physical life, people in your third dimension. Sorry about that, my lovely Aquarians. So as I was saying, it's about people in your physical space also that are there to offer you assistance, to offer you guidance, to help you with your new direction, help you with your next phase. So there is help there. So don't forget to ask for assistance, ask for help when you need it, ask for advice in your, getting different opinions, and you will find that forward movement is going to be happening with ease and grace. It's just this natural flow, but there's also someone there to help you do that hard work. Hard work. I don't like to say hard work, but to do that, put in the effort that's required to bring in the changes that you're needing, that you're wanting. And what's happening to you on a subconscious level? On a subconscious level, you have the Fool here, and the Fool is about new beginnings. It's about a new phase, it's a new stage, it's new opportunities coming to you, and knowing when to grab them with both hands, when to embrace the change that's coming in for you. It's about having the courage to take that leap of faith with joy. No resistance. So there are new beginnings coming in, but it's something that you've desired. It's something that you've been working towards. And I'm feeling like this is at the very beginning of February for many of you. Timing's going to be different for all of you. So be aware of that, because your natal charts are all different. However, there is change coming in for you. There is new opportunities coming, and it's something that you've been desiring, something that you've been working towards, something that has been in your mental space, so that by thinking about it, you're bringing it into your reality of what it is you're wanting and where you're wanting to move to. And I feel like that's incredibly positive. There's it's moving forward. The Fool is the card of moving forward, and what I'm hearing here is moving forward and not taking the baggage of the past. Don't bring with it the baggage that you've been carrying. Leave that in the past. That is behaviours, attitudes, self-sabotage, whatever it is for you, thought patterns and cycles that keep repeating in your life. It's about leaving that behind, because in moving forward, you're moving forward unencumbered. You're moving forward with a fresh start. So there's movement here. You've got the Six of Swords, which denotes a journey or movement, and the Fool, which is new beginnings, new journey. So it really is about journeys for you. It is about this next chapter, this next phase that's coming in for you really, really strongly. How does that manifest for you in your reality? You've got the Moon here. You've got the Moon here, which the Moon is about, you've got the wolves there, a dark one and a light one, and that's always the conscious self and the shadow self. And it's about really going within. What are your deepest desires? What are your deepest wishes? What's going on in your subconscious? What have you always wanted to do and never quite had the courage to do, never quite had the courage to move forward with? So in February, you're also going to do a lot of soul searching. You're going to really be doing a lot of, okay, if there's a fear in moving forward, where does that come from? What am I fearing? Why am I feeling anxiety when it's not necessary? Anxiety is fear of the future. It's about trusting the now. It's about finding that balance and that peace. And it's about self-exploration. And that's what the Moon denotes. It's about that going within in that hidden place where there's that your desires, your dreams, your wishes, what it is you're wanting, without being influenced by externals, by other people, by people that are around you that want different things for you. What do you want for you? What do you want for you? And this is the time to be exploring this. And I feel like I'm moving into week 2 here. So the first couple of weeks of February really is about you defining what it is you're wanting and what journey you want to be on, which is quite exciting. Then you've got the Four of Cups. We're moving into the Four of Cups as the month progresses. And some of you are going to be at this stage in the beginning of the month. Some of you are going to be closer to the end. It's going to differ. But it's about, yes, you've achieved a lot. You've achieved a lot in your life. You've achieved a lot of, you've had successes, which these three upright cards denote. But there's a card up here in the ethers, and it's what are you planning? What are your future plans? What are your future dreams? What do you want to bring in to your reality? What have you been wishing about? What have you been wanting to create? And for some of you, it's a new product, a new branch of your own business, a new job, a new course, a new study, a completely different change of lifestyle. It's going to be different for all of you, but it's, and I'm hearing for some of you, it's marriage or taking a relationship to a deeper level, making a commitment, bringing that into your reality. There's something that this is your inner desire, and it's about something that you've been thinking about, and the time is now to bring that into your reality, to start working towards achieving whatever that is for you. And it's going to be different for all of you, but it really is time to see your dreams come to fruition, see your dreams manifesting into your reality. Bring it in, because it's a really good time in February for you to do that. I really like that. It's quite exciting. As we proceed through February, you've got the Nine of Swords here, and the Nine of Swords, it's about really being mindful of your anxiety levels, and that's fear of the future. Don't race ahead and try and cross bridges that you may never come to. That's going to be a complete waste of energy. It's about living in the now. But there is some sleepless nights here. And for some of you, those sleepless nights, or you're going to wake up and you don't feel as rested. You think, wow, I've just woken up and I don't feel rested, because you've had a very active dream life. So there's a very active dream life for some of you where there is information and messages coming to you. So a dream journal is called for here. An interpretation of dreams. Dreams are interpreted by, don't know what that word came from, interpreted by how you feel emotionally about a dream. Not so much the images, but how you're feeling about it, what emotions are carried with those. For those of you that have got anxiety, and if it's a little bit out of control, you may need to speak to friends, a support person, support team, or a professional to get that in a place where you haven't got that panic, because that has got potential of coming up here. So you might be starting to feel a little bit fearful or panicked, or anxious about your future and where you're headed and what you're doing. So it's about keeping that in check. But for others of you, it's messages coming to you from the spirit side, your guides and your people communicating to you through your dreams. That's going to be really important, because what that's bringing you to, it's bringing you to a time of change. You've got the Death card here that's around you. It doesn't mean death of a person. This means death of a way of life, death of a way of being, death of a way of thinking, death of a way of perceiving. And so this anxiety that comes up, it's probably quite timely, because what it's asking you to do is, let's have a look at your thought patterns, let's have a look at your belief system, let's have a look at cycles in your life that are bringing you, leading you to anxiety, or creating that anxious feeling in you. And it's about now laying it to rest. It's about putting it in the past. It's about moving on. There's a white rose there, which is the card, the flower of peace and unconditional love, friendship. It's about processing how you're feeling and what you no longer need in your life, what you can move on, what you can release. So there's going to be a real releasing here of what, and this is things that you've been reviewing in the beginning of February. So there's been this review. There has been this working out, this balancing of what do I want in my life? What direction do I want to go in? And with that review, there's going to be things that are not going to serve you, and it's time to leave those behind. Because remember, you had the Fool, and the Fool is about moving into the future unencumbered, unburdened, no baggage. And so you're being asked to review that and release what isn't necessary, what isn't needed in moving forward, which clears space to bring into your life things that you're going to benefit from. What does that lead you to? It leads you to great celebration. So clearly you do this, if you do this, the more committed you are in doing this, the more you're going to reap the benefits of it as February comes to an end. As we get closer to the end of February, there's celebrations here. There's celebrations around you, things that you've done well, things that you've achieved. There's also celebrations of, of course, a birthday, because it's your birthday month. Celebration as well in engagements or weddings or just socializing. There's this real getting out there and mixing and socializing as well. So but I feel like there is absolutely nothing to fear in this process, because there's great achievements to be had here. There's celebration in your clarity and your success in moving forward. So that's absolutely fabulous. That's really quite exciting. And the final card, I really like this, is the Four of Wands, and this again is celebrations. It is also celebrations. Number 4 brings in change, and it's celebrating that change. There is also a wedding or a commitment, and it could also be a commitment to you, a commitment to yourself for what the future holds. But it really is a card of joy, of success, of celebration, support. It's an absolutely fabulous card. So there's also growth. If you have a look at those 4 wands, they've got branches and they've got greenery, and there's growth. There's growth in the change that you're bringing in. There's success in the changes that you're bringing in. So it's certainly going to lift your spirit, make you feel more positive, moving forward. You're going to actually see the wheels moving you forward. So where there was that feeling of stuckness and for some boredom, with the changes that you're bringing in, there is that forward movement. So I really like that that forward movement that change holds for you, my lovely Aquarius. I'm going to draw a card from my Dreamtime reading cards, because I think that's appropriate. I'm in Australia, and with the bushfires, I think this is an appropriate deck to use. Okay, so the card that you have here is, interestingly enough, bushfire. Bushfire. This is about the Indigenous people of Australia, and how they manage the land, and they have a controlled burning of the land. As they finish with one area, they have controlled burning, which then germinates the seeds of the eucalyptus and the gum trees for new growth. They burn the undergrowth so that there's new growth there for the animals of the area to be able to eat fresh grasses and fresh undergrowth. So it nurtures the environment. This is about being controlled for you, this regeneration of you, like the Indigenous people regenerate the bush in that controlled burning of the bushland. This is about you taking charge and controlling the change. So anything that you're going to move out of your life, understand, like the bushfire that burns a lot of the undergrowth and a lot of the trees, that burning gives rebirth. So it's rebirth. It's the phoenix rising out of the ashes for you. So it's about clearing out what is no longer working for you, and having a look at what's not working for you and what changes do you want to bring in, and watch that new growth that comes from that. Absolutely fabulous. Alternatively, if this is, when there's no controlled burning like the indigenous people have done for thousands of years, we get the bushfires that we've got at the moment. And that is out of control. So when you're being asked to bring in change, sometimes we resist, blah, blah, blah. We resist that change and the fires burn out of control. It happens anyway. So it's about embracing this opportunity this month to bring in the changes that you are wanting to bring in. Absolutely, I love it. I'm also going to give you a card from the Angels of Abundance for you, my lovely Aquarians. And let's see what your affirmation for the month is going to be. That one wanted to jump out. Okay. Here's my glasses. Okay, it is safe for you to receive. It is safe for you to receive, and that's what this is about here. It is safe for you to receive. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world, and it also blesses and nourishes you. That sort of goes hand in hand with the bushfire, doesn't it? And the change that's coming in for you, my lovely Aquarians. So I hope this resonates for you this month. Listen to your rising sign and moon sign as well, my lovely Aquarians. If you'd like to book a private reading, follow the link below to my website and you can book a private reading from there. Also, there's a couple of weeks left, or a little while left for you to, if you want to order a yearly reading, there's still a window of opportunity there. That goes to the end of January, so make sure you get in if you would like to do that. I wish you many, many blessings. Embrace the change, lose the resistance. Remember ease and grace, my lovely Aquarians.